Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to all the innovators, creators, and future change makers in the room. We are super excited to kick off Hack for Bihar, a power packed initiative by Starkseek, India's fastest growing tech community. This isn't just a hackathon, it's a movement to build real solutions, solve real problems, and light up Bihar's startup ecosystem. And to guide you through this amazing journey, we have got Hack Live TV, your go to series to learn everything from ideation to pitching, from building MVPs to designing awesome user experiences. Whether you're a first timer or a hackathon pro, this is for you. So now, we are delighted to welcome Mr. Dhruv Verma, product engineer at Stealth from California and a prominent developer. His work speaks innovation and style, and we are lucky to have him here with us today. So, without any further ado, over to you, Dhruv, sir.
Hello. Thank you. Thanks a lot for a great introduction from you. And it's a delight to be a part of Hack for Bihar. I was born in Bihar. So it's great for me to be here and, yes, talk about ideation and problem solving, which we do in hackathons, we do in real life as well. If, Before we start, uh, if you go to the next slide, uh, I would like to talk a little bit about myself. So you have told already a few things about myself, but I want to add a few things. Like if you can go to the next slide. Yeah. So I have worked with Nasdaq listed companies in US, in Japan, and VCs from Russia. I worked with them how to scale startups, how they invest in startups. I've worked with startups in India like Euler Motors, Rapid Canvas, and a lot of UK startups as well, and everything in between. A lot of that you will find on LinkedIn, but I have this urge to learn everything. So that's what I try to do. And when I started learning Java, data mining, data scraping, AI. Professionally, I have been a QA, a business analyst, UI UX designer, a product manager, a project manager, and now I build products. Besides that, I have a few hobbies. I try to learn swimming, boxing, I travel, I hike. I'm a local tour guide as well. I'm a life coach, I'm a gardener, and I'm a tech mentor as well. In past, I have mentored a few hackathons. I have judged a few hackathons. Why am I telling you this? Because problem solving is not just technical and you know technical things and you make something. It's not like that. It's a creative, it's a messy process. It's about experimenting, tinkering, breaking things, fixing it again, and most of all, enjoying all of it. If you love figuring things out just because the fun of it, you are halfway there to building something great. Okay, but you get an idea to build something. Okay, let's say you have an idea to build something, but the question comes, which idea is good in a hackathon? Especially, uh, judges are looking for like three things. Is it relevant? Is it a real problem? uh, like, are you making something bogus because the tech is good? You just make a AI wrapper. Is that what you're doing? Are you solving a real problem? That's the first thing they look for. Second thing, is it innovative? Are you building something? You can go to the next slide. Yeah. So, are you building something innovative, or the problem solution already lies there, and you are building a fresh take on it? Maybe big basket was already there, but Zapto did something else. They introduced 10 hyper fast deliveries, 10-minute deliveries, and something. So, are you doing something fresh? And most of all, can you do it in 24 or 48 hours of the hackathon duration that's you're given in? Because mentors and judges, they don't need flashy animation, flashy tech. You are using cutting edge technology. They need something that provides impact, and that's it. You should have a idea which provides an impact. There was one hackathon I was in. This guy made a really complex rocket ship fallback system, simulating how spaceships go in the sky, in the space, and if something fails, how will they fall back? He made some math calculation, complex logic, did some Python stuff, but it was not simple. It was not having an impact. So my key take here, when we are talking about good ideas, a simple idea executed well will always beat a complex idea that barely works. Because you can take any number of complex ideas, there is a lot of things you can do. But if you cannot complete it in time and your idea is not well thought of, so we need to focus on clarity, usefulness, and doability most of all. Can you do it? Okay. So we can go to the next slide. Okay. Yeah. There. So you thought of an idea and maybe you have not. How do you spot problems? I would say look around. Look around in your college, your city, your home, your digital life. Ask your family, see your friends. Are they frustrated daily by something? They wanted to do something in a way and they are not able to do it efficiently, because there are many solutions which are there today which did not come from great ideas. I wanted to share a couple of them. They come from paying attention. They understood what are the struggles. They understood what are the frustration of the users, and your audience, when you're building this, might not even know they need the product. So one case I can remember is in 2007, Brian Chesky and his friend Joe, they were struggling to pay rent in San Francisco, US, and all hotel rooms were like packed, fully booked by an upcoming design conference by Adobe or something. They made a simple observation. They were struggling to pay rent, and they had a air mattress, which, like, air mattresses or something, you can just fill it with air and it will be a mattress. So they created a simple website, not using any flashy tech, just HTML, CSS, and they made called it Air Bed and Breakfast, and offered a place to stay for conference attendees who were priced out on hotels because it was all booked out. They made a small scale solution temporarily, and this local problem revealed that there's a much larger unmet need which is there. Travelers seeking affordable, authentic local experience, and hosts which are looking to monetize their empty space. They had empty space, not a big empty space, but they had a mattress. So they made this website, and this manual frustration made them a multi-million dollar industry. Airbnb, if you know about it, it was air, bread, and breakfast, and it is the pioneer in hospitality business among homestays now. Another one, if there was a guy, Drew Houston, he was a student in MIT. He was really struggling with carrying the pen drive. He has to work on his room where he stays. He plugs his research paper and the pen drive has it, and he has to go to the college and work on it again. But he keep forgetting stuff. It is clunky. If you have used pen drive, like, it's not very reliable. Data can get corrupt as well. He made a small he made solution for his own problem. It was called a Magic Pocket, and it will have his latest files. And you know what that guy had made? That he was the first one, maybe like There were solution at that time which provided this solution, but they were really, I don't know, not the best ways to do it. He made Dropbox. So these two examples are there, which two people, one who solved these two people solved their own problem. One has this empty space. He made a bread and breakfast. The second one had pen drive issues, and he made Dropbox. So you guys can comment if you're there with us. How did you like it? Do you have any ideas of your own? Just comment hell yes in the chat, guys. Comments, guys, comments, and hit a like if you have not. Thank you, Dhruv sir. Yeah. Drop down a yes in the comments, guys, in the live chat. Uh, if you are there, you are enjoying the talk so far, we'll move to the next slides. Yeah. Yep. We got a lot of hello, hi, hi, guys. Okay. Okay. So you can start there. You can start asking your friends, your teachers, your parents, your friends. And maybe you have a problem, or maybe you don't, and you want to look for a place where you can find problems to solve. Where can you find it? You can find it in the next slide, please. Yeah. So there are a lot of categories which you want to work on from the start. These are easy categories, and you'll find a lot of problem with high impact, like climate and sustainability. Earth is getting hotter and hotter every day. Education, skill building, it's all there. Healthcare, mental well-being, employment, micro startups, finance, safety, everything. Sometimes we are blank. We don't know where to look. You can use these categories or explore United Nations SDGs. What are SDGs, if you ask? Sustainable Development Goals. So there are a few, like lot of few, list of few, which are there, which you can use. So, okay, sorry for that. SDG 4. I've just looked about it. This was quality education. So there's a shift toward online blended learning. There are numerous opportunities which in education has developed over time because we can like learn a lot online now. So we need systems which we can build according to this SDGs given by UN. Like SDG 4 says quality education is required. How will you provide quality education? You can think about a lot of problem statements like AI powered personalized learning system, which adapts to students' learning pace and style. Everyone cannot learn in the same pace. Maybe you do that. Maybe you make a virtual reality labs for science experiments. Some experiments cannot be done safely in a real world setting. Maybe you can give VR labs for that and develop interests of students in chemistry and stuff. A lot of hospitals are using this for surgery practice, like a rehearsal before surgery in a VR headset that you can do before the surgery. So you be sure what can go wrong in every scenario. Okay. There's SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities. You can make a smart waste management system and sensors on bins and stuff. Make different sensor aware people about it. Community based safety alert system. If something is happening, there's a lot of disasters happening. You can make something like that. Coming to disaster, there was SDG 13 in UN's list. This was climate action, and climate is getting bad. Like November is coming soon, and there will be a lot of stubble burning. You can make a carbon offsetting platform for individuals and businesses. They can sell their stubble to industries and they can use it for biomass. That's a very good problem statement, and I have given this problem statement in one of triple IT's hackathons I have been judged into, and it worked tremendously well. Students were really excited to work on it. If you uh, want to know more about problem statement and you don't know, SIH, Smart India Hackathon, publishes their problem statement publicly. You can read them for inspiration. Looked at a lot of good problem statements like sudden glacier melts, DDoS production tool for companies, data extraction and verification tool for maybe rent owners or something, or government maybe. So when you know these problem statements from these resources, next what you need to understand is what are problem statements versus idea. Okay, and with that we can move. Yeah. So problem statement is something which is broken, and an idea is how you plan to fix it. Students find it hard to manage deadline. That's a problem. How do you solve it? You make a AI student planner. Elderly people, old people struggle with tech. How you help them fix it? You build a voice assistant. That's how the difference is between the problem statement versus idea. You don't need to build a tool because you can. Start with empathy. Uh, Imagine you're building a weather app for farmers. You maybe if you are thinking this from a tech perspective, you will give them app for weather, but they don't need to know if they should like about weather. They are required to know if they should water their crops. That changes the idea entirely. That's how I want you to think. Here's what to remember: the problem is a pain, an idea is a bandage. You cannot fix it if you don't know where it hurts, right? हाथ में बैंडेज लगाना है, आप पैर में लगा दोगे, will not fix it. Okay? So take this as an example. If you are building a weather app for farmers, your assumption is you want to make forecast, but dig deeper, understand, and talk with them. Talking with the user is the one thing I have learned from product management. That you have to be user centric. You have to think about user. You have to think about the real problem they are facing, how they react, what is their behavior. You have to understand that. You have to dig deeper. What they truly need is, should I water my crops today or not? That's the real problem. That insight changes your entire solution. Maybe now it's a crop advisory app instead of a weather app, right? And that's how you start with it. When you have a problem, you start with empathy. You ask user, what's hard for you? What cannot you do right? Or what can you do efficiently? So always remember, like, the better you understand the problem, the stronger your solution will be. Okay. Okay, let me check the chats. Vaishika. Hey, sir. Kalpik. Aman. Hello, guys. Shout out to you. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, I was talking about user centric thinking. That's how a designer thinks. It's not for designers as well, like, not just for designers. If it's for anyone who wants to solve a problem creatively and effectively, it's not a formality you want to do. It's something you want to solve. It's a 5-step process. How it is in the like, uh, you empathize. It's all starts with empathy. Before you even build something, you got to have a deep understanding what who are you building for. This means talking to the real users, not just surveys. Surveys are good. I mean, sitting with them, listening, and understanding their emotions, their frustration, and their hidden needs. It's not about asking what features they want. It's about discovering what can make their lives better in that problem statement you are. Once you understand what's their frustration, hidden needs, you need to define the problem. Don't just say healthcare is broken, government systems are broken. Don't just say agriculture is like not the way it is supposed to be. They burn it, disturb it. Instead, say farmers struggle to sell their struggle to companies on a profitable margin. Or maybe for healthcare, just say young professional in tier 2 cities struggle to book affordable mental health appointments if you're not working on mental health. That's something you want to define. The sharper your problem is, the stronger your solution. Now you ideate on it. We have tried, like, we have already learned the powerful way of, like, we'll learn. Okay. In the next session, we'll learn a lot of really interesting tools we have. So buckle up for that. And yeah, ideate. Ideation is all about quantity first and judgment later. But ideate, we are talking in the next slide. So we'll keep it for that. Prototype and test. Once ideas are flowing, don't overwhelm. Make a small prototype. Make a clickable prototype, or maybe paper sketch or fake landing page. It doesn't have to be linked with database or something in your hackathon. You don't have much time. Get feedback. Watch mentors feedback, maybe your peers which are with you in the team. Listen what confuses them. Loop back. Prototype and test and iterate. Okay. Sometimes ideas don't come on brainstorming session. They are accidents. So there was this. You guys know Slack, right? Right. Let's say how many people are aware of Slack? Just comment yes in the comments, guys. एक yes दे दो. Yeah, someone knows. That's right. Okay. So you know how Slack was created? There was a video game company. They was making a game called Glitch. They were building the app. The real frustration was like internal communication between teams. They are like very spread out team. Some people were in UK, some people were in US. Too many emails, a lot of tools were there. So they built their old internal chat system. The game failed, but the product which they made was still working. They thought, why not build this chat tool? We built and throw it in the market. And it was a real gold jackpot. And they erased a lot of competition, and Slack is like go-to biggest workspace platform in the world now. So the lesson is sometimes the best idea isn't the one you're chasing. It's the one you stumble upon while trying to, what do you say, solve others' pain. Okay, so let's go to our next slide, which talks about how you can generate great ideas. This is going to be a uh, good one. Yeah, we'll come to that. Okay, mind map. So today, like, these are some powerful tools. There are 4 of them. I'll go through them one by one. Let's like see which 4 are there. Mind mapping, Scramper, Crazy Eights. How might we? This is gonna be really interesting. So keep your focus on this. This is gonna help you in real life as well. So in my mind map, you can go to the next slide. Yeah. What do you do in a mind map? Imagine your brain laid out on a plain paper, and that's what it is. Instead of ideas top down, you make the branches like in the slide. You take a blank page, write what your main problem and theme of your center is. Let's say reduce plastic waste. Um, each each line is a category or direction. It can be about the education of reducing plastic waste. It can be the technology which can reduce plastic waste. It can be the community which works on this. It can be alternatives like biodegradable packaging, edible spoons, banana leaves. It can reduce plastic waste. So you see where we are going. We are just making the possibilities and making it all unlock associative thinking. This can unlock this. This can do this. Mind map doesn't restrict your thinking. It encourages a flow. You can work in a flow. You can start seeing patterns, gaps, new subproblems you didn't know about it. And when you're doing it, don't judge yourself. Mind maps are supposed to be crazy. And when you do the crazy, you get some clarity when it's all there in front of you. So this is one very good thing you can do in your ideation part of the hackathon. Next, what is next one we have? Scamper. Okay, this is something we'll need. Okay, what can we do here? Okay, this is one of my favorites. Okay, Scamper isn't just a tool; it's a lens to view things. It's 7 powerful questions to stretch, twist, remix your ideas and product. So I'm going to take an example. Not gonna be a lot of hackathon type of example, but let's take a school bag. We all know what that is, a school backpack, which we have. So Scamper is the abbreviation type of thing. SCAMPR, everything means something. Uh, S stand for substitute. When we are talking about school backpack, talk about what material parts or people can be replaced. Instead of using heavy synthetic fiber, we can use ocean plastic, which comes from seaweed or banana fiber cloth. It's lighter, eco-friendly. It tells a good story, and you look good wearing that. You care about the earth. Combine. C. Scamper में C is combine. C is, can I combine this with something else that adds value? Can I combine how can we combine something in a backpack? And we have a solar panel which charges our phone, or maybe add a power bank which charges my phone while I work. It's a smart pack. So we're coming to A. A is for adapt. Can I borrow or adapt some features from other products? Like add a power bank, just like I said. But sometimes, if you see, engineering drawing students have to carry another bag with them. Can I reduce that friction and have that in my bag, or some kind of buckle which can have the ED tool with me? On the same bag, I have carry two extra bags. M, modify and magnify as well sometimes. Uh, it's a debatable thing. But can I exaggerate or enhance or reduce a part of product maybe? Modify the straps so self-adjusting for kids posture, because some you have to buy bags for the age range. Yeah, you can have bags which doesn't hurt a kid's posture, because you have to carry the bag, you're slouched, and you have to carry a lot of things. So you can have a self-adjusting bag maybe. P, put to another use. Maybe you have seen some Chinese bag which becomes a stool in a metro or something. So can it be put into something else which is not supposed to be that? Can you make a table out of a bag, or maybe a portable stool? Anything. It can be like when tables are not there. The students are standing in a bus stand. Like it could be very useful. And what can I eliminate for the E? You can remove. What can you remove in a bag? Anyone has any rations? I want to see, where is it? Okay. Yep. Anything you see. Oh, let's say zippers. Who likes zippers? Zippers sometimes break down in a rain. Yeah. So we can have a magnetic way instead of zipper. We can eliminate zippers itself. We can have a magnetic lock. It locks itself. It doesn't break with the wear and tear. Right? So this was E of scamper, and R is like reverse and rearrange. Like can right, reverse the layout of things. Can I flip the design? Can I make sequence of functions? Can I flip sequence of function? Reverse the layout, maybe. mm, Back of the backpack opens up an organizer or something, or mini whiteboard in it, or maybe many sticky notes in it. Like reverse and rearrange and do like wild things. This lets you do a lot of crazy things. There are a lot of examples in, but I think we can move forward with this. How might we? Okay, how might we? What is how might we? It is like self-explanatory. How might will you do something? Let me ask you something. If I say low literacy in rural areas, your brain hears a problem. It feels heavy. There is low literacy. But how might we improve literacy in rural area? Using mobile phones. That sudden brain shift your brain goes into solution mode. That's the power of how might we, H and W. Yeah, you try to reframe. Reframing is the main key of this challenge. Let's give you a few examples, like food waste in college canteen. But how might we? How might we reduce food waste in college canteens? Elderly people struggle with mm, online payments. How might we help elderly people to understand online payments? Uh, History is boring for Gen Z. How might we make history fun for Gen Z using, I don't know, videos, rap songs? There's a guy who write rap songs about Indian mythology and culture. So that's one way to get Gen Z. So how might we is a shift of thinking. When you are facing a real world problem and want to involve a creative and optimistic way, it sets a tone for perfection. It sets a tone. It sets a tone of possibility, not perfection. You have to still think about how you do it, but when you think how might we, it changes our mind into the solution mode. We try to have open-ended questions and we try to be hopeful about it. The low literacy in rural areas look like a heavy problem, but how might we solve it with mobile phones? How might we solve it with awareness campaigns? How might we like solve this with government help? So this can make your mind into solution mode instead of being heavy and like it's impossible thing to do. So how might we help you in like doing things? We can go next. Crazy eights. Crazy eights is a very my type of thing. So crazy eight is a rapid idea explosion. Okay, this is a very fun one. So hear me out. Take a blank sheet, fold it 3 times. Okay, and set a timer for 8 minutes. One idea per minute. Sketch, doodle, write, doesn't matter. You just have to do 8 rectangles in 8 minutes, 8 ideas per one idea per minute. You can draw, you can think. That's not the point. The point is it beats your brain filter. When you have for your first 2 3 ideas will come as boring. That's like very obvious one which you'll do as default. I tell you I have a problem in agriculture, you will go to this 2 3 problems, but I tell you when I have to do 8 unique problems, uh, solutions like ideas to solve the problem, you will your mind will be tricked, your mind will be ticking, your hands will keep moving. When you hit idea 6 7 8, that's where the magic lies. It's fast, it's raw, it surprises you, and you don't have to be like perfect with it. You just do something, and your brain loves constraints. When you give a time 8 minutes, it forces quantity over perfection. Otherwise, you'll be thinking, okay, this is not perfect. This is not going well. Maybe judges won't like it. Maybe mentors won't like it. You just do 8 ideas, bro. I'll tell you 6 7 or combination of 5 or 6 or 8. It will get you the best out of it. Like it simplifies. Let me simplify it for you. Set a timer, write 8 different ideas for the same problem. 1 minute per idea. Okay, maybe say 60 seconds. Even the fourth idea sucks, you don't edit it. You're freeing your brain, let it do what it does. You'll find patterns, you will combine ideas, and you take the keeper with you, and it only take you how much time? 8 minutes. That's called divergent thinking. You let your mind run free, and it's a birthplace of innovations. So value you can take from here is you don't need better ideas, you need more ideas, and then you refine it. Okay, how is it going? Ranshu, okay, thanks. Okay, we can go to the next. Okay, interesting. Is your idea worth building? How will you know this? How will any like keep like leave hackathon for the side? How will a product owner or product manager like me will know is my idea worth building or not? Okay, let's talk about validation. Four things I'll talk about. Is a problem real? Are you solving a real problem, or it's just for the sake of it, the company called you and said, let's have a AI product and let's build it. That's not how it works. It's not worth building. Is it unique or better than your existing solutions which are there for the problem? Can it be built? That's a hackathon thing. Can it be built in like 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours? Is it useful for the real users? That's the main thing. Is it going to be useful? Because your whole idea depends on it. Should be useful. So ask yourself, if you have an idea in your mind, I'll not ask it in comments because people will think uh, people will think people will take your ideas and go home with it, but that's not how it works. But ask yourself, how would you use this? You as a customer, get in your user's shoes and think, how would you use this? Will you like it? Even like let's say as a product manager, I have some access to my products, and you will see in a lot of communities and groups there will be a lot of people dropping forms. What are your current pain points? Are you, if I give you this product, will you be able to use it and maybe pay for it? If you don't have that community access, go to Reddit, or go to Discord, go to Product Hunt search. See, one of the best things you can do before building is ask if it's worth it. So use Reddit, Discord. You will give you their honest answer, and maybe there will be times you will not like their opinions, but people love to share their opinions. So you have a plus in that. That's how you know is your idea worth building or not. You have one paid customer, and you can go golden from that. That's how Airbnb made. How that's how Dropbox made. That's how a lot of products are made. So use those platforms, go to Product Hunt, launch there. It doesn't cost a lot, I don't know. Ask on Reddit, give them login to your platform. It will tell you what's trending. And yeah, you can check Twitter as well. Okay. So that's how you know is your idea was worth building or not. You can move next. Okay. A real world example. I think we are running a little low on there. Okay, let me check the comments. Uh, okay, so there is a comment. Okay, okay. All right. So far, we have explored how to generate ideas. We have mind map, reframe problem with how might we, and we use tool like Scramper to stretch our thinking. Think about very stupid 7 questions and come out with something else. So let's just pause and let's all the creativity needs to land. Let's build this. Vegetable vendors, it's in the comments as well. So let's start with a problem. Very local, very real problem. It's not there as much in Delhi now. Everyone is doing it. But let's say when we talk to local vegetable vendors or fruit vendors, the one The ones you see on the carts, small marts. We will heard a very common thing. We are losing on customers because customer want to pay with UPI. We don't know how to track their orders. Maybe they are using someone else's bank account. That's like it's hard to know what they sold that day as well. So that's a real problem. Now this is a example for now, but let's use what we have learned and what can we do in a hackathon. I mean, don't try this exact thing, but I'll tell you how to think. Let's frame this. Let's reframe this. How we reframe using HMW. How might we lens? How might we help local vegetable fruit vendors to manage digital payments and track their sales? Once we ask that, you open up space for ideas. How will you get ideas? Crazy aids. Okay, we could do crazy eight session right now, but it would be really interesting if we could do it on a hack for Bharat offline setup. It would be great. We'll be just having a plain piece of paper and throwing it and checking each other's crazy hits. The one person might say have a POS machine. Another might say WhatsApp based order bot because everyone has WhatsApp. Maybe not. Someone else might say we go fully offline. But we noticed one idea kept surfacing. Simple low-tech UPI-based apps. So the core idea became a simple mobile app which helps local vendors accept UPI payments, log every order, and they can see daily summary that can even work offline. They don't even need for it. So that's how we came from a problem. We asked a vegetable vendor, "What's your problem?" And we understood with empathy, like they are struggling to do this. Then we made how might we? Then we created ideas bombard with crazy aids. Now we have come to a breakdown of solution. Like now it sounds fantastic, but here's what's powerful. Uh, what did we help them to do in UPI payments? The biggest customer drop off issue was there. So we solved that. They didn't know what they sell. They don't know how much profit they made. Like they have rough idea. They buy this much amount of this vegetable or something, and they got this much amount in profits. And offline first, you make it work when there's low connectivity. UPI takes time. UPI has you solved that issue. You don't have to open a Paytm app and load your summary and write whatever you have done. So it's not a fancy AI, not a blockchain, but what it is relevant. It is relevant to your user. You are solving a real problem, and it creates a full circle. If you zoom out and you see, we use HMW crazy eights, maybe Scramper as well a little bit, and we mapped it perfectly. That's how great solutions are done. So next time you start a project, don't just start jumping straight into building. Ask these questions. Did I explore the problem deeply? Did I sat with the guy? I talked to him, or maybe in hackathons you don't get to do that. But did you give yourself a space to think while using these techniques? Did you land on something that actually solves the need? Your solution aligns with the problem statement given to you? Because creativity is not just for artists, that's for us, problem solvers. That's what I'm saying from the start. So now you know, now you have the tools. We can move to the next slide. Next as well. Okay. Again, you can go ahead. Yeah. So on the finishing note, so what are these common ideation mistakes? Okay, we have talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of tools, how you can ideate and solve problems and be a problem solver instead of a technical geek, which does a lot of technical stuff. Tech is required for sure. Let's talk about how what to avoid when we are ideating. Okay. Let's talk about common traps for first time builders. Let's fix education. It sounds novel, but it's too vague. Okay. Let's build an app with 10 features. It is ambitious, but we cannot build it in a 24-hour hackathon. I've seen a lot of hackathon. I have mentored a lot of hackathon participants. It's not realistic. Let's be realistic and keep your core features intact. How you're solving the problem. Don't jump straight into the code, even without knowing the problem what you're solving. Like that doesn't make any sense. You have to know what you are solving, who you are solving for, what you are going to do using these tools we have given you. That's just like if you are not doing this, you are just building in dark. So yeah, copying what exists and over engineering something simple, it really ends well. Instead, try to focus on real human needs. Keep it doable, keep it lean. Uh, Start small. Hold on. Okay. Okay. We are, yeah. Start small, think deep, and execute fast. That's what I'm going to say. I'll repeat. Start small, think deep, and execute fast. Because uh, that's how you win hackathons, right? And in real life as well. More importantly, what you build, that thing should matter. That's like you should be connected to it, right? And I think that's the gist of it. Just be like, let's say, be honest about what user needs, not just what look cool or maybe you think that will win your hackathon. Okay, we can go next. Okay, I think yeah, we are done with today's session. We learned about how to solve real world problems around you by asking around, asking your solving your own problems. What are the pain points? Not just focus on fancy features. Ideate, solve real problems. You have to think about user and user centric thinking. You can Google it. It's some core of UX design and a lot of things, product management as well. That is there. Validation techniques before committing to ideas, how to get ideas on the first place. We have talked about it. And we brainstormed on an idea as well. So I think we can go to next slide. Okay, you guys have some homework. Okay, do this and comment down below. And what is their homework? List three problems you have observed in your surrounding. Try framing them as how might we questions. Okay, look at it. How might we solve this? How might we solve XYZ using this? And comment down below. Yeah. Next, petition to do this more. Are we doing this more? Our host. Okay, Q&A time, guys. Uh, any questions you have, and you have faced any hackathon problems? How do you choose hackathon problems? And whether your idea is good or not? And what is that? Rules and tips of validating ideas. Yeah, anything you can ask. Maybe any stupid question if you have. That's not a stupid question. It's a bigger beginner friendly zone. We have students from first year, second year. So drop in the chat box. Yeah. Any question, guys? Any questions? So, do I have my QR link? Okay, I'll add it. Uh, if I can, yes, I can. Meanwhile, feel free to drop questions, guys. That's it. Okay. How do I clear the first round? Okay, let's talk about it. Then the grand plan, your side provided me a lunch. Your side provided. Okay, I don't know what that is. What is the minimum we need to show for the query? Uh, every hackathon has a different way of doing things, but there is a certain MLH type of criteria which all out of uh, hackathons follow. There are basically 3 rounds. First round, like you enter the place, or if it's offline, you enter the place, and okay, can you pin that first round one question? Let's answer that. Yeah, how to answer the first round? Okay, every hackathon handles hackathons little differently, but basic idea is there are 3 rounds. 2 rounds with mentors will help you guide you um, to be ready for the judging round, the main elimination round. In the first round, I don't think you will be eliminated in most of the hackathons. They will tell you, okay, you will tell them, this is what I'm making. This is how I plan to make it. This is the problem statement. This is the pain points. And this is how I solve it. And in the first round, the mentor will come and see how much of your understanding of idea is, how much you are able to solve for it, and how well you have researched for it. And I'll tell about the research tools as well. What if my idea is the same as anywhere else? Then can you pin that? Yeah. What if your idea is the same as someone else? Okay. So in that case, mentors and judges look for the teamwork you did, the presentation skills you have, and ideas are cheap. Execution is the king. Execution is the real goal. The execution takes you to the win. That's what we talked. You can have an idea. You can have similar idea with people, and execution, the presentation. In every round, you will have to be presenting your idea, your implementation, and idea and implementation in the third round together to show, like, I got this problem and I made the solution. See how I came to this and see how it works. That's how you go about if someone has a same idea. Okay, let's pin the what's the minimum need to show your core idea. Yeah. What is the minimum we need to show in our core idea? Okay, minimum need. Let's think about it. Minimum is you are solving the real problem. That's a bare minimum, I would say it is, because sometimes I have seen teams that just focus a lot on problem statement and not on what they are making for. If you are making a AI model which works on an app for a farmer, that's not very sensible thing to do if farmer doesn't have that kind of devices, right? One idea I saw in a hackathon very well put, it was smart irrigation and it works without internet. That's what farmer needs. Sometimes they don't have a smartphone to begin with. They don't have laptops or nothing. They just dial a number. The pump has a SIM. They dial a number and press 1, the irrigation will start. They press 2, irrigation will stop. They press 3, they set a custom timer for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. I don't know. They have added small soil moisture and all to not overwater and stuff. That's your core idea should be really good. That's what the minimum thing a mentor, a judge asks from you. Bare minimum, you should understand your customer, which you are building for. And after idea, I would say there's a business model involved. How will you sustain the product? How will you earn from it? Or maybe, yeah, what is your revenue model? How will you earn from it? How will you upscale it? How will you upsell something? If you're doing something for free, you should upsell something important that adds value to the user's life in a monetary way. You can have anything going on for you. The core idea is you should know the user. Okay, what else is there? Sir, in the grant fund, your site provided. Your site provided with. Okay. I use hardware for hackathon, can I? Okay. That's a hack for we had type of question. I would not be able to answer it. But yeah, mostly they don't. Sometimes, if it's a IoT based hackathon, they give you a kit. Not sure about this, cannot comment on it. I think we are done with the hackathon. Thank you, everyone, for your engagement. Thank you, guys, for being here, hearing me for like 58 minutes. It come like, how was it?
Yes. What an incredible session that was, sir. A huge thank you to Mr. Dhruv Verma for sharing such valuable insights, tips, and real world experiences. Your journey and expertise truly inspired everyone here to think big, build smart, and stay creative. And to all the participants out there, this is just the beginning. Stay curious, keep building, and we'll see you in the next Hack Live TV session with more energy, more learning, and more action. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.